wonder if we're going to see Anarchy maybe change the name like before Anarchy. I mean, it was just Anarchy. Then it became Rebels Anarchy for some random reason.
I think they should just change it to Democracy Anarchy for the ultimate memeing.
Confusion effect.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe just total anarchy. I like that. There's a Hecarim ban against Cuvée again. You know, Maokai, Hecarim, pretty much Cuvé's bread and butter these days. Does have a win on Rise recently.
Yeah, Ixu's been playing more Rise too, but he also has this weird top Gragas pick that he chooses from time to time. He's the only player in Korea who plays that champion, but it allows Anarchy to take a couple of junglers and try and deny that from the other team, and there's the Azir ban.
Yeah, so the first time in a long time we're not going to see Crown play Azir. That's going to be interesting. And there's a Zed ban against Anarchy, keeping that away from Mickey, of course. But interesting, with the Azir already banned, that they would ban the Zed.
Well, there's still the possibility that Crown will play Victor here, and in that circumstance, you still maybe don't want to play against Mickey's Zed because he has been good on that champion. Anarchy will just go ahead and lock in the Alistar right off the bat. Grog is still available, but Eve has been preferring Echo, and of course his Nidalee is up too, so I think Anarchy believes that they will get Lyra's best champion in the second round of the draft.
Certainly could. There's a Gragas pickup. We'll see what they decide to go with. Maokai for Cuvée would be pretty par for the course there.
Right, and they're taking it away from Ixu, too, because Ixu's main champions are also Hecarim and Maokai. So when you take the Maokai away, you deny that pick. It's going to force Ixu onto something kind of uncomfortable. Grog is taken by Eve, not a champion that we really associate with Eve, but certainly quite potent in the current meta. It basically fits into any composition, engage, disengage, has early game strength, has late game tankiness. He's pretty much the total package jungler right now.
Yeah, and they're going to go ahead and pick up Kog'Maw for their second choice. So Songyin will be taking that. Pretty standard stuff. We've been seeing play a lot of those late game hyper carries.
Yeah, I don't know about taking the Kog'Maw this early because you might be setting yourself up to a lot of disruption and an all-in composition with Sivir. Sure, you'll do okay in the laning phase, but you're going to have to build a lot of peel from that point forward.
I feel like this is a spot where maybe that TF would work pretty well. But
I agree.
You're going to pick the bot lane right now.
Yeah, I agree. It could work well. They could be setting themselves up here for a quirky Ezreal composition. They already have some good tools to deal with a Runeglaive Ezreal on the other team, should Anarchy select it, because it is available. I think the Nautilus is better here than the Janna. It's one more lockdown tool for the Ez.
Yeah, certainly a little bit stronger in terms of creating the picks and staying safe against that mid lane Ezreal that Mickey has been playing a few times lately.
So the question is, do they go for it
in
a situation where mid lane Ezreal would not be an ideal pick?
Yasuo is still available. We do have the knockup from Alistar, and Mickey has played a lot of it, but I don't know.
I don't think he's going to pick it blind when he doesn't know what his mid lane matchup is.
Pretty dangerous.
Ixu is going to be going the Fizz into Maokai, that very common counter pick that we see more and more of. So many pro players loving to take that Fizz into top and just 1v1 with a lot of jungle pressure to take out the Maokai early and start 4-1 splitting. And with the TF, there's going to be two people that could possibly come top to help out, feed Ixu's Fizz, so a nice composition for sure. But the problem is, there is virtually no peel for the Kog'Maw. Like, none. So, Songyun, good luck and Godspeed, sir, this game, because there is nobody to help you.
He's going to have to hope that just TF decides to stick around and just gold card whoever comes close, but I don't know if he's going to get so lucky. Is Crown going to grab this Victor here?
Yeah, I think you just take the Victor. You get some explosive burst damage to take out the TF. You have a really good kiting composition if you're Samsung with a solid
team.
With a solid front line. So having Victor burst here is really, really nice.
Yeah, Anarchy is a pretty squishy team aside from Alistar Rek'Sai, so if that Victor can get a GBM-style flank off, you could pretty much wreck whoever's around.
Yeah, they have... Anarchy's in a bit of an interesting situation where they are so squishy, except for the Alistar while he is ulting, that the Victor's burst damage is going to be... And it's AoE burst damage, too. That's the difference. Of course, you do have the Runeglaive Ezreal, which provides some of those same factors, but it's nowhere near the same amount of AoE as a Chaos Storm, plus a Death Ray, and then the consistent damage, too, from Victor's Qs when coupled with a Lich Bane.
Well, if Anarchy groups up, Victor is just going to destroy them. That's like one combo from Victor would take off like 75% of the health of most of these champions.
And here we are once again. Welcome to Summoner's Rift, Rebels Anarchy versus Samsung Galaxy. And when I say avoid relegation for Anarchy, obviously even if they lose today, it doesn't guarantee any really bad news for them, but it's late enough in the season where you don't want to be put in that situation. We don't have a whole lot of weeks left here in the second round.
Yeah, we certainly don't. So Anarchy and Samsung just fanning out for the moment. No tricky invades coming in so far. Looks like we are going to have a lane swap into the top side, most likely from Samsung, which is to be expected. You don't want to end up in the 1v1 or the 2v2. The Kog'Maw will be poking you pretty severely before you hit level 6 if you're Corki, and then you definitely don't want to be 1v1 versus the Fizz if you can help it.
Oh, TF should really just keep his hat on, man. That is some pretty major hat hair that Twisted Fate is sporting there.
That's actually very awkward. It's like pasted to his head.
I
and
know.
It, like, poofs out in the back.
It's very mullet-esque. We need like
TF
a
mullet.
You know, there's so many other sports skins. We need like a hockey Twisted Fate or something, where he throws like pucks instead of cards. You're not supposed to ever touch the puck with your hand, though.
I don't think that even makes remote sense thematically
I don't
for
know.
a Twisted Fate.
I got
how
nothing.
do you take
I got
Cajun
nothing.
Gambler and turn it into hockey player?
What about?
Get out of here.
Well, what sport can we do for TF then? Darts?
Poker. See, it's already done. It was done for you.
Yeah, but like if you play, if you're poker pro, you just dress in normal clothes, though.
No, I'm just saying it's already been done. I mean, there is no other sport that will fit Twisted Fate.
I don't know. Maybe maybe like Magic the Gathering TF or something.
For that beautiful crossover.
There you go. And instead of gold card, he has like a foil card, something. Yep. He says things like, "Can I trade you for your ball lightning?" That's a card that I used to use a lot.
I know. I
Magic the
remember that.
Yeah.
I think I have a German version of that card.
Really?
Yeah.
What's ball lightning in German?
I have no idea. Blitz something. That's what I got.
All right.
I don't know what ball is.
I don't know either. Twitter, help us. Somebody out there knows. Twitter speaks every language. Mickey pushing Crown under the turret pretty fast here. But not a lot of early ganking threats for this TF in mid lane, so you can do that. Wraith getting a little bit annoying as Snowflower puts on the ward, but we do have the support helping the top lane up in top. Seems like a good place to go if you want to help the top lane, I suppose.
Probably want to be there, but the lane swap is going through for Samsung, so they will be quite happy about this situation. And this is also going to delay probably Mickey's first use of his ultimate. Not sure he's really going to have too many good targets, because by the time he hits 6, it's likely that Songyun will still have not gotten back. And
hello.
Yeah, Wraith can be aggressive right now. Ixu,
Yeah.
not with much there in terms of ability to trade. But basically, once the TF hits 6, it's just not going to be much to gank. There's not going to be sufficient damage for Songyun and him to take out a Maokai in the bottom side. And here comes Eve.
Now they're going to try to make a play here on the Mickey, but already running into the river. Takes a big poke from the Death Ray, but really won't lose a lot with that lane already pushed up.
Death Ray is really a misnomer. It rarely actually can kill anybody.
That's true. Whoa,
Oh,
Fury
wow.
nearly killed right there. Snowflower almost dead as well.
Yeah, Fury not choosing to use his heal or his flash, so putting it right to the brink. Snowflower did use his exhaust and whatever happened in that trade in the top lane.
I guess so.
Wraith back up now. Rek'Sai there. Lane gank might be coming in for Eve.
This could be really dangerous for Fury if Lyra decides
he
to go through try here.
He saw a summoner heal. He's okay.
Yeah, I guess he does have both summoners. He's going to go ahead and try to recall right now. Looks like he will with that lane pushed up, and so no more danger for Fury. You're right though, for Victor. It's not so much of a death ray. It's more of like a pain ray, because it does hurt. It's not a tickle ray, that's for sure.
Depends on how fed you are. It definitely can be a tickle ray.
Yeah. It's like a extreme discomfort ray. But that's just too long, you know? Too long of a name. Whoa, that was nearly a death ray.
Well, it's only a death ray, and if it actually, takes most of the life away from, it doesn't count if it's a finisher, you know?
It's true. Well, I mean, as long as
it
like
has to do the vast majority of the damage.
Oh.
call it Chaos Ray and then call it Death Storm instead.
Well, I mean, if you intend to cause death with the ray, even if you don't, it's still technically a death ray, I suppose. Because the intent is there, just not the results.
So if I throw my pen at you with the intent to cause death, I can call it a death pen right now?
Yeah, sure. I mean, theoretically, yeah, you totally
all
can.
Right. So it's all about intent with you. No, not about reality at all. Noah, you exist.
In terms of naming.
You exist on a plane where intention and emotion is everything. Actual physical objects.
Yeah, man. I've taken that Myers-Briggs test.
Actual physical objects are meaningless.
It's not the result. It's the intent sometimes in terms of naming, right?
No.
It doesn't. And
No,
the
it's
thing is,
not.
you're in your assumptions. You're thinking that this makes it a good name, but no, you can have a really badly named something.
So you're just a bad name advocate, I see.
No, I'm just saying you can name things badly. Within reality, you have that choice.
Okay.
We're getting really close to me going off on modern art again. Better stop now.
Dang, I want to hear that, actually.
We would not. We would literally talk about nothing else.
I
for
would
the
agree
next
with you
5
on all of
hours.
it, so.
Yeah. Oh, boy. Well, Lyra coming in for a lane game here in top lane, but I don't know really if there's going to be a lot of opportunity for this. He just wants to push it up, I suppose. All right. Well, there you have it. Nice lane pushing, Lyra. Well, actually, no. It just goes right back to mid. Didn't really work out.
Not as exciting as we had hoped.
No.
So early back, actually, Sangyu did go back and get the parts of a fade throughout all that. Nobody really trying to make a move. Both top laners getting adequate farm for the time being, and we're just kind of waiting on Mickey to do something here because that's going to be the key to everything that's happening so far.
Yeah, he's got that level 6, and, you know, we've talked time and time again about how important those first couple TF ultimates are. You really need to make a play with those, otherwise TF just becomes a bit on the useless side.
And it's hard to make a play in a lane swap with that ultimate. He does have the level 2 shoes. He also has Ignite this game, which is something we didn't talk about. That is a bit odd. One would think that he would have gone for Ghost if he felt comfortable in a given situation. Do they really need 2 Ignites if Ixu's going to be putting down his?
Well, it certainly is aggressive, and like you said, they need to make a lot of plays in the early game here if they want to start that snowball.
But the thing about Ghost with TF is that it guarantees that you're going to land another card when you try and make a gank, especially if you're going to be going for some boots too. You're going to be very, very sticky on your target. And if you get the Ignite, sometimes that's not as effective as just having another gold card or a red card or two while you're in the pursuit of your gank.
Well, Samsung is playing against this really well as well. They see Snowflower coming down towards bot lane. I mean, they have a ward to watch Mickey when he lives lane as well. So there's just not going to be any opportunities to gank this Maokai down in bot.
Well, and are there going to be opportunities to gank for this Fizz? Yes, they have burst, but they have very little crowd control for the initiation. Fizz not going to be offering much in that department. So they're kind of reliant on where Snowflower goes with this Alistar on the map.
I feel like they need Samsung to make a mistake. Like they need Samsung to go for, like a early Foolish Dragon or something like that and then just fight it out. But I don't know. This is looking a bit less than inspiring here for
I am
Anarchy.
really not a fan of this composition. I don't like compositions that require extreme snowballing to actually win a game. If you have to win lane super hard to win a game, then you probably have drafted incorrectly.
Yeah, it's rolling the dice pretty hard for sure. They're going to come in onto this blue buff, so trying to keep this away from Mickey, which is kind of nice for Samsung. And looks like they will be able to do just that. Oh, close for Lyra. Did he actually get that?
Yes,
I think he did. Wow.
Crown
okay.
actually messed up the transfer, left it with about 25 HP. So Lyra able to get the smite.
Crown still has his own blue buff for a little while anyway.
Yeah, he didn't get the refresh, which is what he was looking for. But denying it from Mickey is really more important thing, although
True.
It doesn't actually hurt TF that badly. Of course, he does have blue cards for sustain if he needs them, and he already has a good CDR with the boots.
Mickey zoned out by that gravity shield. Chaos Storm comes down, but Wraith way behind. No play made by Nautilus. Crown may have gone in a little bit early on that one. Well, you can have pizza. It's okay, man. Don't be embarrassed. The whole crowd had pizza the other day.
Yeah, that was quite nice.
Even we got pizza.
We did get pizza.
Yeah.
It was mediocre.
It was solidly mediocre, but at least it didn't have corn in it. That was nice. Whoa! Meanwhile, TF Ultimate activated. Wraith comes in. Flash. Snowflower avoids that explosive cask, so he gets out with only that summoner used. Mickey, though, burns that out with no results, though. And now it's going to be a dragon for Samsung. Uh-oh. Things are not going well for Anarchy.
Well, that's a big use of that ult in the mid lane.
Yeah.
They just couldn't do anything with that. They couldn't even take control in order to get an objective like this dragon. So that's going to be pretty easily taken here by Samsung, and they are starting to kind of ramp up right now. Cuvée moving into the top side. We'll see what happens when he gets into a lane with the Fizz. He has a couple Doran's Ring. He has the sustain from the Catalyst, so he's in pretty good position, but Ixu going for some physical damage. Cuvée is a couple items away from actually being able to seriously deal with the Fizz if there are ganks coming in.
Well, this might be the opportunity that Anarchy is looking for then. If they can get things in position when that TF ult comes up again, maybe, just maybe, they can make something happen. But it's already getting a little bit late for snowballing the early game anyway.
Yeah, I mean, they still have some time here to work with for sure, and you can tell right now Sangya doing a very good job just harassing this Corki. These shorter range AD carries having trouble with the Kog'Maw in the laning phase unless you have a chance to gank him or go all in. And you really don't want that to be turned around on you by a Twisted Fate at the moment. So it's pretty much just up to Samsung to play next to their towers, wait until they can get group and then fight on some objectives, and make that TF very useless, because TF is only going to be useful in the team fights once he gets a Zhonya's Hourglass, because if he goes back into the back line without one of those, Victor will just instantly 100-0 him.
Yeah. Well, here we have our duo lane yet again.
Now, Anarchy does have a chance to 1-3-1 split push this game. They can definitely go for that kind of strategy here with the Fizz and the TF, and then hold the Kog'Maw in the mid lane.
Do you feel like it'd be fairly easy for Samsung to just all in on the three-man part of that, though, since there just isn't much peel for Sangyu?
Yeah, there isn't, and that's a big
greatest
problem.
Oh, there, flash body slam, gold card right there, though. Knock up, and Eve's in a lot of trouble. First blood goes to Mickey. Lyra getting very, very low. Crown on the run. There's another gold card. May have overextended there. Mickey, though, fairly low health. Can't quite kill off Crown. He's going to teleport in. Tries to make play. Snowflower comes in with that headbutt pulverized. Mickey gets the double this fight. Unofficial double, but Wraith manages to get a bit of revenge. Now going after Snowflower, but shouldn't be able to take him out. There we go.
Yeah.
So, couple kills.
Bit of a mistake there from Eve going under the turret and just being stopped dead in his tracks after his flash with that gold card. So he wasn't capable of really making that dive. They didn't have enough information about Lyra, who just showed up instantly to turn it around. Fortunately for Crown, Wraith was there in the mid lane. But as much as that hurts, and as much as trading that 2-for-1 isn't good for Samsung, they got another TF ult, and it's not snowballing Ixu, which is really quite good for them, because Cuvée is still doing okay in this lane.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it seems like Ixu needs to make some sort of play by himself at this point, which is a lot to ask when the lane's been going pretty much even after that swap.
Yeah, and what all that Samsung has to do is ride out this power spike. Anarchy has 3 Sheens right now. Just hold your towers. Don't let them get the auto attacks on the turret with the Sheen. Don't let them snowball the game off of turret global gold, and you're going to be fine.
3 Sheens is still nothing compared to the amount that Hollywood has.
Those
a
are
lot of Sheens.
too many Sheens, really. Could drop a few of those.
That's true. Could upgrade those into something else, perhaps. Well, it's a battle of wards now. That's all I've got to say about that.
No follow-up?
Nope.
No epic commentary?
I was counting on you to be like, yes, and here's intricate, detailed analysis of why.
Just some Warden, dude.
Nope. Just a ward.
Just
Wards.
some Wardens.
Just some wards.
That's it. Nothing more to it right now.
What ward skin do you use?
Standard.
Really? You don't skin your wards?
I haven't played League of Legends in 5 months, so
I played some last night.
how was it?
Well, ranked was down, so I had to play normals, and I duoed with Barry. We did a bot lane where I played Tom Kench, and I kept stealing kills from him. He was I don't know if he's going to want to play with me for a while. And then we lost the game. It was not good for Barry. I had fun, but
Did you eat Barry?
I did a couple times. That's right. It was more just like eating the people he was about to kill, so I could get it.
Well done, sir. Well done indeed.
Oh yeah.
Waddling away.
My
with the
hunger cannot be sated.
But that's the problem, is that he doesn't ever actually eat anything.
He just spits it out and then it dies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no wonder he can't be sated. You're not digesting it, Tom Kench.
Yep. Speaks the truth. We already talked about this. Tom Kench.
Not so smart.
No, Riot almost promoting eating disorders there. I'm a little bit worried about the intent of this champion. They're just promoting just licking things. That's right. Don't eat it. Just lick it.
Lick it good.
That was on the list of rejected mottos for Nike. They're like, just lick it, just slap it, just twist it. No, just do it. That's perfect. We're going to use that. All those other ones, no.
I wish they had gone with something else.
That's right. Oh, Mickey. Getting a little bit aggressive with Crown here, but with no Ignite on Crown, he really can't push this too quickly, can he?
Nope. Just want to be there holding it. They're getting some damage down onto the tower. Fury right now. Going for those auto attacks, and we do see Eve there just to zone the Kog'Maw off, so they're able to start to reverse the pressure on this wave right before the Dragon starts. Anarchy trying to stack up right here.
TF Ultimate is up.
Yeah, TF's Ultimate is up, but Kube's back in base right now, so buying that Righteous Glory. They just want to prevent the Dragon from going down. Again, it's all about Samsung's ability to hold right now.
This isn't a bad timing for Anarchy to try to contest this Dragon, though. They just finished both their Trinity forces. Mickey's got his Lichbane as well. I wonder if they could fight this.
Oh, they definitely can. They definitely
Yeah.
can if they could push up far enough to make it worth it. But there is good wave clear on Victor and on this Corki at the moment. And we see Eve just hanging around at the bottom side of the map. So there's a choice to be made. And Anarchy, basically by Eve staying bottom side, this is very smart. Because if Anarchy commits to top side, well then, okay, fine. Samsung gets the Dragon.
Yeah.
And if they commit to bottom side, well, Kuve's going to be safe enough in this matchup. Sure, he's falling behind by a few CS, but that's to be expected if he doesn't want to get all-in and killed right now before he has any MR or armor to deal with this Fizz.
Yeah. You'd prefer to be not dead.
I often prefer to be not dead, Doa.
It's my favorite state of being. Well, Mickey just going to recall. Picks up a Blasting Wand, a little bit more damage for him. And Samsung knows that this Dragon is a little bit difficult to take right now, a little bit unsafe, so they're just going to go ahead and leave it for the moment.
Yeah, look, they're trying to recall right now before the TF can get back into lane and before the setup could happen on the Dragon, but both dual lanes actually recalling simultaneously.
Yeah, but Fury cancels his, as does Songyun. This is kind of letting Ixu get even farther ahead in CS.
Hi,
Oh,
Mickey.
Mickey found by Eve. He has a gold card loaded up, but he flashes over the wall. A little bit of damage. Lyra comes down as well. Even a little bit of trouble. Has to use his flash. Ixu fish right on Eve. Oh, he missed it. Didn't hit him, so it looks like Gragas gets out. Teleport coming down from Kuve as well.
Wow, really
Oh,
surprising that Kuve actually didn't cancel that TP. Maybe a little bit worried about what could happen to his team if the TF came in with the ultimate.
I think they're just going to take the dragon now.
Well,
I
they
mean,
can try for sure, but the problem is we have a Void Rush that's still available.
I suppose with the health so low on Eve, it's just a little bit dangerous, a little bit too dangerous. But Ixu does go back up to top lane, so it looks like if anything else, they'll try to trade this top lane turret for the dragon, depending on how Anarchy can do, because Ixu's not going to be there if there's a fight.
Yeah, Maokai here right now in the mid lane, just holding the minion wave while they wait for Eve to approach. Mickey feints going up into top. Instead decides to get back into mid, and now Maokai just has every opportunity to go back up top for free.
Yep.
That was not very well played by Anarchy.
And just going to give Samsung that second dragon, and will they even get that top lane turret? It had a lot of health, but it looks like Ixu has just enough to take that down.
Yeah, and that's nice at least. You want that immediate gold if you're Anarchy. It is about the split push right now for you. So it's definitely a trade that you're going to be willing to make because you just need the items now.
Yeah.
To make that impact and to create a big enough gold gap. And they're starting to move in that direction. They have a healthy lead at the moment. And Mickey has that. I mean, they've got 2 Trinity Forces and a Lich Bane. Their burst damage is pretty crazy.
Yeah, so do you think they could put some pretty decent pressure on some of these turrets right now, despite the wave clear from Samsung?
It depends on if they can get Mickey out of the mid lane or not. Again, you really are going to 1-1-3-1 this once the TF ult comes back up, which isn't too long now because he has so much CDR already.
True. Songyun's been able to farm pretty well this game as well. A little bit of wards in the river there. And it looks like they will just push up this mid lane for now.
Yeah, but there's so much wave clear that is that actually going to do anything?
Teleport coming in.
Nice job. Just Val could flash out.
Yep.
And there's no follow-up. They can't take that dragon anymore. Already gone. Taken by Samsung. So instead what they're giving up is just a Maokai freezing in the top side. They can't actually stop Kuve from doing this unless they go all in.
Small consolation that Fury's flash is going to be down longer than Mickey's Gate of Destiny, I suppose. But
it's really not that big of a deal.
Yeah. I mean, Samsung can just sit back and play relatively safe.
Yeah, there's the Wolf Spirit. So Anarchy, knowing that they can't do anything about this freeze right now, instead is just going to commit to the tower.
This is getting to be a pretty serious gold lead, actually, for Anarchy. They're going to be about 5K ahead after this.
Yes, they are, but again, their 5v5 is not going to be strong in the late game, so they have to have this kind of 4K. They need more than this, actually. They need to keep rolling with these outer turrets.
Yeah.
Now, we can question Kube's kind of delayed push on Maokai. Of course, he is trying to concentrate that farm, catch up personally, but when he's doing that, there is no other place for Ixu to be, and that means that he is able to threaten a dive on the bottom side to take another tier 1.
Yeah, it just doesn't seem like Anarchy's ever going to find the time to get the kills on their carriers that they need, specifically on Ixu and Mickey. I guess if they stay even, can they still split push enough, you know?
Yeah, and they have an advantage where the Aegis is very effective. I mean, Aegis is very effective for both teams in this particular circumstance because Kog'Maw does so much magic damage too.
True.
But yeah, they may be able to out team fight if they can continue this lead. That's going to be it. They're really teetering on the brink right now of what they're going to be able to do in this game. And you can see the Luden's Echo finished fast for Crown. He just wants more wave clear right now.
Right. Makes sense. And Samsung coming in. They may be able to find a pick on the Slowflower here. Exhaust used on the Crown. Oh, nice dredge line. Max range for Wraith. He pops the ult onto Songyun as well. That's going to be a lot of damage coming in from Crown with that Chaos Storm. Looks like Songyun's going to get out, but a kill for Samsung. Fury picks one up. Mickey, though, starting that split push.
And they want to do this. They're committing to it. No one is there to stop him. Mickey has to leave. He doesn't have the wards at the moment, and there is Corky coming. He's just going to just try and ult right onto Corky. Not going to work now. Has to go back again.
Yeah, just running away. Oh,
Without
well.
that ghost, he can't actually complete a play like that.
It's interesting to note. I mean, this is one of the first Ignite Twisted Fates we've seen in a while, and it definitely kind of showcases, I think, the usefulness of Ghost specifically.
Well, at the very least, even though he didn't have the ghost, he did stop the push in the mid lane through the pressure onto the tier 2. So
Yeah.
he is able to make sure that Samsung doesn't get anything at all off of the kill that they picked up in mid onto Alistair.
All in onto Kuve. Ixu trying to get the kill there, doing a lot of damage, but Kuve able to hit him with the Arcane Smash. So Ixu not getting that 1v1. Split push continuing, though.
Well, this is how it's going to be for a while. Anarchy is the one dictating the pace of this game, and it's just up to Samsung to see if they don't lose any more turrets and they can maybe contest this next dragon.
They really
have an opportunity.
They really can't let the pressure off for a second, can they, too?
No. No, they cannot. Well, both top laners have TP. Ixu running a little bit low on mana, but he's still feeling pretty comfortable with what's going on in top.
Yeah, dragging up in about a minute, too, so that may be Anarchy's big opportunity to blow this game wide open if they can force a good fight there, or at least take one for themselves.
Yeah, but taking one for themselves isn't enough. We already see Samsung. It would be great if they had gotten the first 2 dragons with their skirmishers, but they just weren't able to pick it up.
So you think Samsung's just going to let him have it?
Definitely a viable choice for Samsung. If you're Samsung, sometimes it'd be better to go ahead, try and climb back into the game in terms of gold and just frankly push out the side waves to delay this game even further for Anarchy that's relying on side wave pressure to win.
Makes sense.
Anarchy also didn't deny the blue buff to Crown. They just don't have good deep wards, especially in the bottom side. You can see right now there are 3 pinks, or 2 pinks rather, in the bottom 4 Samsung just to prevent any kind of vision going down for Anarchy. They want to black that out so that TF isn't too comfortable pushing very far forward down the lane.
Right.
Dragons up.
Yep, Samsung going for it. Anarchy needs to stop this from happening. If they let Samsung get 3 dragons without the kills, and they're going to try. Dragon at about half health right now. Teleport coming in from Anarchy. Here it is. Nice headbutt pulverized. Doesn't slow them up enough, though. Snowflower in a little bit of trouble. Eve on the run already. Lyra in the middle of everything. And Songyun zoning on the top of the fight right now. Lyra and Snowflower have to make a run for it. Where is Mickey in all of this? Couldn't find a place to teleport in, and Samsung doesn't want to give up this dragon. They're coming back in again. There's a teleport coming in for Mickey rather now. There's a kill for Ixu as well. Kills coming in for Anarchy, but now Samsung may be turning it around. Doesn't look like they can do it quite enough, though. Such an even fight. Dragon taken by Anarchy. That is big, and Anarchy able to go 1 for 4, end the dragon.
Well, Lyra actually is going to make it out right there. Well, that was, fighting right there for Samsung. It looked really good at first, which is why they pulled back, but they couldn't get enough burst down onto anybody to actually take out Anarchy. So they found themselves in a bit of a rough situation. Now they're going to lose 2 towers as a result of that fight. But the big part was that Kuve got pulled over the back of the dragon wall by Songyun. And they really needed him to provide lockdown for Corky as they cleaned that up.
Lyra's right there to try to save his jungler. Fury flashes ahead for it. Oh, man, this is crazy. Lyra could be in a lot of trouble. Raptors helping. Fury get another one. He's got 3 kills so far this game already. Not too bad. It's an aggressive Corky right there.
Well, at least he got somewhat of a turnaround, even if that Rek'Sai is not going to be off the map for too terribly long. Well, this is the kind of lead that Anarchy can really start to work with now. This is where their split push becomes very, very difficult to deal with. Ixu has that Blade of the Ruin King. Kuve still struggling to get enough resists.
In the meantime, though, they need to try to stop this mid lane turret from going down. It doesn't look like they'll be able to. Ixu and Snowflower coming up. Ixu does have his ult back, and wow, that turret has 5 health. They can just breathe on it lightly for now. Although Crown can't do that because he's wearing a mask. He'd have to take it off and then breathe on it.
I'm sure he could manage that somehow.
It's true. He can just wave his hand in the small
the third hand
waft of air. The third hand even. Yeah, it's true. He can just poke it with his third hand. Well, Anarchy, like you mentioned, jumping out to about a 7K gold lead right now. Getting some of the kills they need. And getting some kills and assists onto Ixu, too, helps out quite a bit.
Yeah, it does. It's all coming in for him. So, and with the Zhonya's Hourglass complete now for Mickey, they have another way to engage. And if he can lock down the Victor and prevent the burst, that could be pretty nice for Mickey in that back line, and could give Fizz and him enough time because they have the item advantage now, and they have this huge amount of burst as a result. While Samsung's still struggling to catch up, as Kuve definitely not as tanky as he would like to be. Crown still a little bit low on damage.
Samsung, though, seemingly just kind of walking around the map to bully their way through some turrets, so. Ooh. Crown, okay, ultimate used. TF's going to try to come in, going to find Kuve. Kuve in a little bit of trouble with the damage from Songyun as well. This is bad news for the top laner. That's another kill for Mickey. Meanwhile, Snowflower gets all in by Crown, trying to get away, but he's right under that Chaos Storm. Looks like he'll be able to make it out with that tankiness from his ultimate. Alistar is pretty hard to bring down sometimes.
Well, Kuve just has no MR yet. He's trying to build into this Frozen Heart, but he just has the Ninja Tabby and the components for the Frozen Heart. So there's really nothing that he can do to stop Mickey's damage that's coming in, nor the percent HP damage from Kog'Maw's Bioarcane Barrage. So he's going to be very vulnerable to a split push from the Twisted Fate or any pick attempt. That's why the kill was so easy, even onto a Maokai.
Yeah, that split push starting to really do work now, too, for Anarchy. Pressuring the top and the mid, or the top and the bottom, and the mid, really. All three. Mickey taking the blue buff. And Samsung is really getting to the point where they either need to win a massive fight right now, or they're going to just continuously be pushed back for the rest of the game.
Yep. And Anarchy, to their credit, is doing a good job of keeping them split up. They broke the last fight around the Dragon into a series of small skirmishes, which does favor them, especially when they have that large gold lead. So, and they've played out the laning phase with Mickey in bottom and Ixu in his lane assignment at top, just kind of going for it, while they have advanced their ward line deep into the enemy jungle. Look how many deep wards on both sides are there for Anarchy right now. Warding has definitely been a strength of theirs this entire season. They've had the information, just not the play to back it up or the decision-making to play around that vision. However, this time, it's all going quite well.
Well, it's funny to see how they've been able to make this Kog'Maw work, too, because it's not really peel in the traditional sense. It's kind of peel by fragmentation, right? You just split up the other team so much that there's no way to really go in, and then this Kog'Maw can just pick somebody out on the outside and 1v1 them.
Well, yeah, especially if he has his flash up. That probably is the bigger factor here. Is if he doesn't have his flash, I'm not sure he's going to be doing so well, because, especially in that last Dragon fight, if he had not flashed over the back of the Dragon Pit, we're going to see him just TP right here for a ward. Not going to commit to a 1v1, just using the Destiny for a little bit of vision.
Yep, well, with Dragon coming up in 30, they certainly want all the vision they can get on the map right now, and they pretty much have all of it.
Yep. And now they can start thinking about this Baron. Baron is dangerous, though, because they're not very tanky.
Yeah, they started it, though.
And they're going to be going for it. Somebody needs to start getting vision here from Samsung. There we go.
This is the opportunity that Samsung has been looking for. Wraith immediately flashing in to just start to upset the Anarchy team. Eve gets knocked up as well. Kube getting in the back lines, not even needing to teleport. Iksu picks up a kill here. Anarchy turning on to everybody. Samsung coming in very fragmented. That's a double kill for Iksu now. Baron doing a lot of work as well. There goes Rek'Sai finally. Double kill for Crown coming into all of this. Meanwhile, Fury on the run. They're going to chase him into their own jungle. Songyun can chase him down just fine, it looks like. There's a kill. Meanwhile, Crown picks up another one onto Snowflower. A massive team fight. Iksu, though, finishes the ace for Team Anarchy. 3 kills for him in that fight. And Anarchy really, again, it looked a little bit dangerous, but now you can see they're pretty happy about that. They're getting the skirmishes. And that's working.
And they can take it to the Dragon next. So let's take a look at that fight again. Wraith comes in, has to commit. He wants to stop the DPS, so he goes on to Songyun. Somehow, though, Eve actually picks up the Baron aggro, takes a bunch of damage from the Baron. Fury already low, but he and Crown are able to burst out Mickey nearly immediately. And there's a Death Ray to take yet another one. But it's a 2v3 moving forward from this point. And Snowflower's going to die as Songyun pursues. A little bit of a messy fight from Anarchy. Songyun and Iksu both going over to the flank.
Well, it was messy, but that's exactly what they wanted. I mean, they ended up coming out really well in that team fight. They're 10K gold ahead now. I mean, Fizz and TF both have 4 kills. It's looking really, really good for Anarchy right now.
Yeah, and this kind of composition, it can work if you get enough of an advantage in the laning phase. Like I said, I just don't like betting on that because it's an unnecessary risk. But here we go again.
Anarchy living up to the name here. This is what they want to cause. Snowflower coming in with that righteous glory. And where's the rest of the engage here? He's going to teleport just to the bot lane and try to push that up, I suppose.
One thing we have seen from Anarchy, though, is when Mickey can split push, he typically makes pretty good decisions. We've seen how he does on Zed. That has come up big in some of the Anarchy's wins, that when he gets fed and when he's allowed to split push, he knows how to and when to apply pressure.
Well, the 5 hit point turret finally goes down. That's survived for like a good 5 minutes at least. Wow. Samsung invading the enemy jungle as well to try to claim this blue buff. And it looks like they're going to go ahead and give that up. Nobody's been able to get the Baron quite yet. Mickey moving into the mid lane. Looks like they're going to maybe make a play for the tier 2 there. It's been an exciting game.
It certainly has been. Plenty of kills.
I like it. It's been messy. It's been a brawl. This is my kind of game.
It definitely has been both of those things.
I've had a soft spot in my heart all season long for Anarchy, and it's games like this that are the reason. It's not the most strategic game. It's not the cleanest game, but it's really fun.
I mean, I think that Anarchy is showing quite a good use of split push here at 1-3-1, which we don't actually get to see too many times in the current meta.
Yeah.
And the reason is because it's very hard to close with it. As we're seeing right now, Anarchy has a 10K gold lead, but it's not safe for them to take Baron because they're still quite squishy. And if they all get caught in there, it could just be ace and game over. Now, if they can get the Baron and resume the split pushing, it'll be quite easy to finish. But you can't. It's so difficult just to split push the actual inhibitors without the Baron buff itself.
Yeah, it seems like Anarchy's going to need to get sneaky, or they're going to need to win a pretty one-sided team fight near Baron.
Yeah, you can see they're really reluctant to start it.
Yep.
And it's like it's going to be started for them, actually.
Are they? Okay, they're going to go in. Fury knows this is happening, helping out a little bit. He's like, hey, I'll help damage that Baron for you. Anarchy gets it down to about half health. Samsung throws on the ward. They know what's up. They're going to go in. Here comes the teleport. They come in. Baron still goes to Anarchy, but they immediately lose Lyra. They're going to lose more than that as Snowflower gets in trouble. Ult onto Mickey. He's in big trouble. Meanwhile, a kill for Iksu. Anarchy trying to turn the round. Zonia's not going to help Mickey out too much. And Samsung, they don't prevent the Baron, but they do get 2 kills on the way out. One of the split pushers not going to have the Baron. Was it enough for Samsung, though?
I mean, you're still coming down in the gold lead. Right now, Samsung just has to hope that they're going to a 6-item late game, that they're going to get another 10 minutes or so to deal with this. Because if they can get another 10 minutes, they're still going to be in fine position. It's not like Anarchy is rapidly approaching 5 dragons or anything of the sort.
So these next few minutes are crucial for Anarchy because they either need to make the Barons that they have really work. Oh, there's the engage right on to Songyun. Songyun trying to get away with that cleanse, but Eve is all over him anyway. Snowflower has to flash away. Here comes Lear with a huge 3-man knockup. Oh boy, Anarchy turning this one around in a hurry as Ixu comes down with the teleport. He's all over Fury right now as well, and Songyun just poking from the back lines. Double kill for Songyun, and Ixu wants to get one as well onto Fury. He will. Ixu's had a huge game on this Fizz, and he's not done yet. Ult onto Wraith, he hadn't even used it yet. Wow. Over the wall, and that's another one. The ace for Anarchy. Well, talk about making the next few minutes work. Break out your cameras, because this is a Kodak moment for Team Anarchy.
Well, yeah, they should just be able to push to victory right here. At least they're going to get one Nexus turret. That's the bare minimum.
I think this is going to be it.
Actually coming up big in some of these fights. Still hasn't died yet this game.
Yeah, Crown and Eve coming up in less than 10 seconds.
So
but in less
many
than 10 seconds,